What's up? Welcome to Marketing by Mike, and today we're going to take a look at creating a custom audience from our email list and lookalike audiences. Every smart marketer knows the importance of a strong email list. The cool thing about this is you can actually export all of your email contacts into a CSV file and then upload it into Facebook. Now, Facebook will take those email addresses and pair them up with the people that they belong to and find more people who are likely to opt into your services or your newsletter. So without me running my mouth anymore, let's just go ahead and see exactly how that gets done. All right, so here we are, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually look at a couple of different ways that we can go into Facebook and make some audiences for ourselves. All right, so the first way I'm going to show you is here. I'm actually on pixel feedback right here. But what I'm going to do is if you ever want to know how to navigate anywhere in Facebook, you'll click on this tab up here. Now, honestly, if you're just now setting up your ads account, you're not going to have the option to click up here. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Facebook is kind of wonky about that. But even if you don't, then once you go on and create your first ad and you go down to the bottom when you're actually creating the ad, it'll give you the option to create your pixel. And from there, it'll open up all the rest of these options for you right here, just in case you don't already have them. So what I want you to do is, if you're not already there, you'll click on this little tab right here. It might not say pixels for you. It depends on which one you have open. If you're on Ads Manager, it's going to say Ads Manager. If you're on Pixels like I am, it's going to say Pixels. But click on this little section right here and bring down that menu and then highlight all tools if it's not already over here, and then go up under Assets and click Audiences. So right here, what we want to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create an audience from an email list. And this is great, okay? If you have, probably a sales funnel or something like that where people have opted in, they've given you their email addresses, things like that. That is the best thing to use in order to drive new traffic to your site, because what you want to do then is you want to create an audience, and then you want to run the conversion ad campaign objective. So what we want to do is we want to click on create an audience here, and then we want to click on create a customer from a customer file, excuse me. Not import from MailChimp. If you do use MailChimp or something like that, that's cool. You can do it from right here. I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned way because I have a client and their email list is, it's by a constant contact. Let's go ahead and shut down Facebook over there for a second because I keep getting messages. So what I'm going to do is I already have it over here in this folder here. So I'm just going to drag this over here a little bit because I don't want anybody's names or anything like that showing up on the video. I'll protect these people who protect these email addresses and the people who they are, just in case somebody's trying to steal anything. You never know who's out there. So once I've got that CSV file in there, when you go and you actually have your email addresses in some sort of an automation system like MailChimp, Constant Contact, any other kind of automation system out there, you might be using Aweber or something like that, you'll be able to export that into a CSV file. And then from there, what you'll do is just drag it over into this right here. And you can actually just name it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just call this sample custom audience. Let me give it today's date. Sorry guys, I'm not the fastest typer in the world. I am, however, a pretty quick packer. Pardon the pun. So now that I've got my CSV right here, I'm going to click on next. What it's going to do is, okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to upload and create this audience anyways. All right, so 322 rows uploaded. So from this, right, I can actually create a lookalike audience. So what this is doing is it's taking all the emails and stuff that are on this list, and there's roughly about, I would say about 300 and something on this one particular list. It's a very small one. It's not very big at all. But when you're making an audience, right, Facebook wants you to at least have 100 emails or names on that list, and they all need to be from like the same country as well, because Facebook, what it can do is it can take all of those emails and those names, it'll pair them up to the people who they are with. Now, how does Facebook know who these people are? Well, a lot of the times when you go to websites and you have memberships or you play games or whatever the case may be, you may use some of your email addresses, your Google, or your Facebook information to sign up to these particular services. And all that information goes back to Facebook when you sign up to this stuff. And what'll happen is, like, when you sign in with your email or something like that, and Facebook has an email, they'll know the different ads and things that you signed into certain pages, certain services, games, etc. And they'll be able to give me or you, the marketer, that information. Now, I won't know specifically who those people are. That would be a bit creepy. But what it'll do is Facebook will keep all that information, and it will allow me to target people based on the information that it has. So cut it out with the pop-ups here, Facebook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a lookalike audience now. All right, and what I'm going to do is I do the sample custom audience right here, and I'm going to target the United States. So from here, that's what we have. And I'm going to click Show Advanced Options. Now, the number of audiences I can create is the top amount is 6. Now, you can create 1 if you want to. I can create 3, whatever the case may be. And I find that, you know, the least amount of people that you have, like, trying to, you know, reach broad. Let's just put it this way. When your circles are down here, like, you know, 0, 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be more precise. When you start saying, okay, I want 16 million people for a list, or the percentage of countries or whatever the heck the case may be, it's going to be a little bit more broad. So you want to actually keep it down here. Now, for the sake of this exercise, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create one audience here. And that's going to take me from having a list of about 300 plus people that I just uploaded to about 2.1 million people from email opt-ins. And that's going to help me to get a lot more focused when I'm actually running the conversion campaign objective here. So I've jumped from 300 something, you know, odd people to about 2.1 million. If you have a list of about 2,000 or something like that, even better. It'll be even more precise. What Facebook will do is it will take all of this stuff and it will find more people based on 126 points of data, and it will find more people who have things like that in common. And Facebook is far more adept at doing stuff like this than you and I are. So what we're going to do is we're going to create that custom audience here. In my opinion, it's best to, you know, wait until this audience right here says that it's ready. But just for the sake of this exercise, we're actually just going to do it this way for the time being. So we'll come back, and it really only takes Facebook about maybe 5-10 minutes. I've seen it take as much as maybe like an hour or something like that sometimes, but it's really great. So I'll show you another way that you can actually create another custom audience. So remember this tab up here, right? So we're going to go down to our pixel. Now, this may or may not be you at this point, I have a funnel set up for this particular client, and we're running ads right now, and people are opting in, of course. So I have my page view set up for, the landing page. I want to know who comes there, who gets interested, and so on and so forth in it. And then I also have my page view and my lead set up on the thank you page where they've opted in and they've, little chimes. So where they've opted in, I can tell who also landed on this page, because they can't get to this page right here unless they've opted in right here, okay? So that's what that's all about. So I want to know who opted in. So what I'm going to do is right here, this is everyone who has visited that landing page for the past week, right? So what I can do is I can create an audience here. Facebook is going to hold information, like pixel information about people, everyone who has visited or at least fired this pixel off within the past 180 days. So I can go for the past 30 days, because to be honest with you, this ad right here has not really been up and running that long, but I can go back as far as 180 days with Facebook. So I'm going to leave it at 30 days, right? I'm going to name this audience, which is like we're running a special right now. So let's just call this the June purchase special. And you don't have to name it the same things that I have to call, that I call it, right? This is just for demonstrative purposes right here. I'm just being very vague. You want to name this stuff something because you're going to have, potentially hundreds of audiences later on down the road, and you want to name this stuff something that you want to be able to keep a track of it. That'll be able to help you keep everything in order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on create an audience. So it says my audience is ready. All right. So when I go back to my audiences right here, let's see what happens. So June purchase special, right? It says right now that the audience is too small, but what's going to wind up happening is because we actually had over 1,000 people fire that pixel off, what's going to happen is that once this audience is actually ready, we'll have a nice sizable audience to where we can actually gain some things from that. Now, going back to our pixel, what we can do here is once we actually have a thank you page and we have our pixel set up on that, and I'll do another video on how to cover that later on, we can actually create custom conversions, right? We can track custom conversions by clicking on this, and let's just say that you have your thank you page, right? Let's say you have your landing page, which is going to be, yourwebsite.com/offer or landing page. And then you'll have your thank you page, which is going to be, yourwebsite.com/thank you, right? So what we can do is we can actually take that URL, So we can actually take that URL and we can actually put it in here, which is going to be www.yourwebsite.com/thank you. And anybody who visits this page right here is going to fire off a custom conversion for us. Now it's going to have to be, your actual website. It's going to have to be your actual URL that's going to be able to allow you to do that. But custom conversions are going to be your ticket to the gold pot, because you're telling Facebook, hey, these are the people who have performed a specific action for me that is most important to me. And I want you to go out and, based on 126 points of data, I want you to find more people who are like that, right? This is the #1 reason why most people fail with Facebook advertising, is because their targeting is off. You want to target the buyers, and you want to target them on specific actions that they are taking. This would be a specific action for me when they give me something, or they land on a thank you page, because they've either given me their email address or they've bought something from me. You see what I mean? This is going to be key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video on this. I promise you I will not leave you in the cold on this. I'm going to do another video where I'm actually going to show you how I set these things up and where you can actually do them. We're going to focus on those custom conversions. So this sounds like another video to me. Yay, go team. And we'll just leave it at that for the time being. So what you've learned so far is how to take your email list. You know, go to create an audience, okay, custom audience, go in there from customer file. You can also do it from website traffic, or if you're running an engagement on Facebook, you can do it with people who have also interacted with your ad there as well. So like I said, but this is really important right here from the customer file and uploading your email address. These are real people. It's great stuff, and it's great for you to go ahead and get it out there. So use those tools to your advantage, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Completely crush it. Peace.